Hey, what's going on, you beautiful people? It's your boy 3 Stacks in this thing, and I'm going over an update of my favorite deck in the entire world. There is no deck that warms my heart like this deck does. It doesn't matter if it's considered competitive, if it's viewed as a good or bad deck. In my heart, I believe that this deck is the best in the world. If you love Cyber Dragons, if you love Raid Raptors, and no matter what the people say, you're like, Raid Raptors are the best, you know where I'm coming from. This deck is just so lovely. It's just, oh my god. Whew, it's so broken. I wanted to go over an update on this deck because I've been going over it constantly, over and over, thinking, how do I make it more consistent than it already is? Because it seems to be very consistent, but I'm like, there has to be more ways to get into Herald than I already have. And I was like, you know what? All right, let's go ahead and put in a card that I never wanted to play to begin with. You'll see that card very soon, but the extra deck should give it away. The 2 Heralds, let's go. Let's hop right into this main deck. So starting off, we play 3 copies of the King of Games, Herald of Perfection. I actually want to make a mat with him. So my sponsor, MetaMats, I asked him, I said, dude, make me a mat that has Herald of Perfection with Star Seraph Scepter in his right hand, Star Seraph Scale in his left hand, Sovereignty as his chair he's sitting on, and make Archlord Christia and Saphira the Queen of Dragons bow down to him. And have the barrier statue sitting there too. I want to make a mat all about him, but he's insane. This guy is he's the definition of anti-meta and anti-Yu-Gi-Oh! With this monster on the field, basically, as long as you have fairies in your hand, your opponent cannot play Yu-Gi-Oh! And that is in literal terms. It's not an over-exaggerated statement. If you have enough fairies in your hand with this monster on the field, your opponent literally cannot play Yu-Gi-Oh! Whatsoever. He's amazingly strong, and he's one of the most underestimated boss monsters of the game. We play 3 copies of Princess Katana. Hiya! Because she's broken, dude. And she has the fans, bro. If you play Mortal Kombat, you know what I'm talking about. She got the fans. She's getting lit. She's getting out there, bro. She's throwing them paws. She's the only monster you use to summon Herald. Well, not the only. There's other ways to do it, but she's the best way to do it, in my opinion. Why not summon Herald and search for 2 fairies? I mean, why not summon Herald and add 2 fairies to hand while you're doing so? You're basically summoning him and getting food for him to kill your opponent. So these are the only blue cards I play. This is basically a Herald of Perfection deck and not Cyber Angel. I like the Cyber Angels. I just don't like that they don't plus as heavy as this deck does. Pure Herald, I feel like pluses more than anything. This is the monster that I never wanted to play because I felt like it was so reckless. Then I decided, let's go ahead and try it out. And opening hands that consist of this guy and a pre-prep, or this guy and a regular prep, or this guy and a terraforming are insanely strong. So he basically enables you to make double Herald a lot more consistent. So I was thinking to myself, you know what? Herald does lose to Kaiju. He does lose to Strike. If I don't have a barrier statue on the field, my Herald just gets Kaiju'd. And I'm like, you know, it's possible to make double Herald pretty easily, but I want to be able to make double Herald every single first turn. So if you open up with this card, you're basically guaranteed your double Herald of Perfection. 2 Heralds is way too strong because 1 is already problematic. And yeah, you can Kaiju 1 if I don't have my barrier statue, because if you open with double Herald barrier statue, you can't do anything. But you can Kaiju 1, but I still got another one, so you got to play around it no matter what. So this card is insane. I always looked at them as like, this card's a really reckless because you lose 6,000 life points. Then I thought on the flip side, I was like recapping, like, name 1 dual 3 stacks where you summon Herald of Perfection or 2 and you lost. And I was like, there was that one time when he got Kaiju, and then I was like, wait a minute, I play barrier statue now. Alright, let's do it. Let's play 3 Gale Daggers just to increase our ceiling even further and allow us to get into our Herald even faster. When you open with this card, he gives you 2 of the 3 combo pieces that you need. So I was like, you know what, screw it, let's just play this card now. I never really liked him in the past just because he's so reckless, but we're doing it, man. Then we play 3 copies of Handy Manny, 1 Sandy. I actually wanted to do 3, 3, and 3 Senjus, just to increase the chances and odds of opening up into Herald combo pieces. But what ended up happening was you open up with too many Herald combo pieces and too many normal summons and not enough spells. And in order to play him at 3, I had to actually cut spells. And I'm like, you need a certain number of spells so your Ritual Sanctuary actually has cards to discard. So I was like, well, instead of doing 3, 3, and 3, we're just going to do 3, 3, and then 1, just to have an additional extender in case we don't open up with enough combo pieces for Herald. And then in tandem with that, we play 3 copies of the Staff, which is Herald Scepter. He wields it in his hand. And 3 copies of Herald of Perfection's Throne, because he is the king. And then we also play 2 copies of Honest, and Yahweh's the true king, but Herald is definitely the king in Yu-Gi-Oh! 2 Honest, 3 was breaking on me. I know the card is at 3. I tried it at 3, and I hated it. I just kept drawing 2 Honest. Or I would like, yeah, I'll just draw 2 Honest. I was gonna say, or I would like Pot of Desires into another one, but that's the same thing as drawing 2 Honest. And then Berry Statue. I feel like Christia is a great card, and yeah, Christia is a lot more alive with Gildagra, but nonetheless, that's still not enough for me to play that 1 brick. Christia is similar to a Garnet, because if you draw her in a situation where you can't use her at all. Like, she's just there. She's a dead card. And yeah, she's better than Berry Statue because she says you can't special summon whatsoever. But I like Berry Statue because it's a one-sided Vanity's Emptiness. It basically just says that my opponent can't special summon, but I still can. So I can summon all the monsters I want because my whole deck is light. So it makes sense to me. And you can just normal summon it. You never brick on it. It's just amazing. Whereas Christia, if you resolve her correctly, you can't special summon either. And that kind of hurts sometimes when you're trying to get more damage on board. If this deck opens up with Herald and Barrier Statue, you can't be Kaiju'd. So what happens is you negate all your opponent's play and you only have 3,800 attack. Or if you have Herald Christia, you have 4,400 attack, 4,600 attack, which still isn't enough to get game. So I need to special summon a bit more to put the damage on board that I need. So that's my reasoning for playing Berry Statue over Christia. I'm not saying she's a bad card. Christia is amazing. And if she's worked out for you, she's definitely worked out for you. But she has not worked out for me enough to play her. And I played this deck for a long time, and I don't understand why Christia just doesn't work for me, but she doesn't. That definitely sums up the monster lineup. And then we're going to move forward into the spells. We played 3 copies of the Juice and Berries. Then we played 2 of the cards that I feel like it should have just been put to 3. I really feel like I told my homies, I was like, hey man, Prep's coming off the list one day. And it finally came back at 2. I'm like, this is stupid. We need 6 Preps. We need it. But it is nice to have the 5 Preps because in any situation, this can be a +1. This can be a +1. This can be a +1. This saves you from Solemn Warning. If your opponent warnings your Dawn of the Herald to go straight to the grave, you activate this, get another combo piece, and then add Dawn back. Ritual summon anyways, forcing them to waste 2,000 life points. It's really, really powerful. This is a lot more versatile than pre-prep, obviously, because it's not a hard once per turn. And it allows you to recycle a lot more easier, because with this, you always have to have the ritual spell for Herald in your deck. Whereas with this, you just need a level 7 Allure Ritual, which you play 6 targets for this and only 3 targets for this. So this is alive a lot more often, but you still play them all because they're pluses. Then we played 3 copies of the Juice and... No, not the Juice and Berries. We played this. This is the sauce, because this is Juice and Berries. This is Oh My God, and then this is the sauce. Then we also played 3 copies of the Ties of the Brethren. This is basically like Instant Barrier Statue. I see this as Instant Barrier Statue or an Instant Stick Chair combo, because you can summon Scepter by targeting the monster and then bring out your Barrier Statue. And what happens then is you have 3 level 4s and a Scepter already on field. So you can just overlay all 3 of them and go Stick Chair, pop a card, draw a card, Deltaros, pop again. It'll basically extend your plays to see Stick more, to see Honest more. This allows you to cycle through your deck and get you to any level 4 Light Fairy you want. So it's technically another plus, because when you resolve this, you basically get to add Honest to hand and you get to add Star Seraph Sovereignty to hand. So you add 2 fairies off that play. And this is a +1. This is a +1. All these spells are pluses, and I like seeing any of them. Basically, none of the spells in this deck are actually bad. They're all very broken. So if you see a spell, you're really, really doing well and you're happy. 3 copies of Las Vegas and 2 copies of Optimus Prime. And then we just played 3 Dawns to summon our Herald out. You definitely want to play 3 of this card. I hate when I banish it off a Desire, so sometimes I like to actually use Ritual Sanctuary, pitch Dawn to search another Dawn, and then resolve my Desires, knowing that I at least have 2. So if one gets banished, I can at least summon 2 more Heralds, which is really nice. But yeah, that definitely sums up the spells and the main deck, which is pretty consistent. I mean, there's like no bad hands with this deck. There really aren't any bad hands. You can always do something. If you can't summon Herald, you can just summon Barrier Statue. If you can't do that, you can just do Stick Chair combo. It's really, really broken. For the extra deck, we play 2 Baby Heralds. Oh my God, I just want to put him next to him. It's so cute, Baby Herald. He's like a mini negator. I like him. 2 Baby Heralds for your Gildagra. 1 Utopia Beyond, 1 Utopia Prime, 1 Utopia the Lightning, and 1 Utopia, a 4-card Utopia package. Then we play the Constellar package, which is M7, Diamond for Burning Abyss and Lightsworns, because they can't mill, they can't play Yu-Gi-Oh! 1 Deltaros, the best going 2nd card. 1 Ouroboros, the best going 1st card. And then Thunderspark if I go 2nd and there's way too many monsters on the field. I'm like, Stick Chair, kill everything. Baguska, because you can make him. And if you don't have Herald, he's like a Baby Herald of Perfection. He lets you still stall for turns and basically buy time that you need. Especially if, like, for example, your Herald dies and you don't have enough spells to recycle 6 and use Sanctuary to summon Herald back. You just be like, let's go for Baguska and just negate your plays anyways. Tornado Dragon, Abyss Dweller, because the stupid True Draco traps, Apocalypse and Return, cannot be negated by Herald because they're not traps activating. They're using their effects. And then Baby Pom Pom Girl to turn off that barrier statue if you're trying to like do other plays. It doesn't really matter. But the main point is she draws cards, which is one of the things that this deck does very, very well. Give your honest opinion and feedback on what you think of the deck. I would have showcased the side deck, but it's the same side deck that you see in my True Draco, True King, Invoke Spellbook deck. It's just 3 raw spear modes, 3 shared rides, the kaijus, anti-spell fragrances, and I think, oh yeah, winter cherries. That's basically the side deck. So it's all just cards for going second. I love you guys. Make good choices. Don't hurt your brain cells. Stay tuned for more lovely content. We're trying to stay very, very diverse with everything that we do, and we want to make things a lot more interesting and also entertaining for you guys. And y'all make sure that you have a wonderful day. Feed your kids. Pay your bills. We out.